Hello Pioneers, in the last episode of our Satisfactory series, we tackled supercomputers and untangled supply chain bottlenecks. Today, we shift gears to produce radio control units for critical hub milestones. Along the way, crystal oscillator shortages persist and we start setting up a new advanced manufacturing factory with a subfloor logistics system. Let's dive in. Alright, with supercomputers built, we have 50 now, we can unlock our new milestone, nuclear power. Nuclear power looks really interesting.
The nuclear power plant produces dangerous radioactive nuclear waste. Fix-It reminds you that any extra limbs resulting from exposure to radiation are also contracted to work on project assembly. Fix-It also reminds you that willful exposure to radiation will not result in any bonuses regardless of how many functional limbs it produces. Project part number 7, the magnetic field generator, should enter production as soon as possible. Any unnecessary delays will be noted.
Alright, Ada. Jeez. So, we've got a new power source now. Nuclear power plant. Oh, why is it lagging like crazy? What? What is happening? Alright. What do we need? We need supercomputers for this. And alclad aluminum things. Okay, that's not a problem at all. Well, it's a problem for me to test with. So we'll have to wait for some supercomputers to figure out what we're even doing. Do we just take, like, what, do we get new production buildings? Let's have a quick look at the recipes we just unlocked. I wasn't planning to do nuclear power this episode anyway, because our power is fine, but I feel like we will need to. So this is a project part number 7. Okay, so yeah. Magnetic field generator. Let's just have a quick look, because Ada mentioned it. It takes versatile frames and electromagnetic control rods, and they're produced in an assembler, which isn't a problem. Magnetic field generator. This thing is kind of an issue, right? Sorry, electromagnetic control rods. This thing is produced in an assembler as well, using stators and AI limiters. Okay, that's not even that difficult to produce. And I do have spare room in my old factory to make these things. What else did we unlock? Encased uranium cell, that's something we can make. Uranium fuel rod. I guess that's what we need to power the nuclear power plant. So uranium fuel rod is made in a manufacturer. It takes encased uranium cell, the control rods, and encased industrial beams. Okay, that makes the fuel rod. Then how do we make the encased uranium cell? That's where the uranium comes in. And it takes concrete and sulfuric acid. All right, so we need to start making sulfuric acid before we can even do that. And it's made in the new blender building. And I'm guessing it's radioactive. So we definitely need to separate this nuclear power somewhere else. We can't build... Oh, I suppose... Oh, this is an interesting one. I suppose we could like build the nuclear power like over there or something. Because it requires so much stuff from the base. We can't just do what we've done with our other power systems where we've just built them on site near a uranium node. We actually need to go and build them in the base somewhere, I guess. And we don't want it to be like in the middle of the base because we don't want to run into radioactivity issues every time we need to do stuff. So we'll probably do the radioactive stuff somewhere else, maybe like on the other side of the road over there or something. And we'll just put it as like a hazmat zone. Like if you want to go over there, go there at your own risk. But that's not what we're focusing on this episode because we need to start building our other item to unlock things. We can unlock the drone thing with radio control unit. So we built the supercomputer last time and we wanted to do this radio control unit in the same episode. But unfortunately, it requires so many different materials that it was a little bit of a pain to do. I still have not logged a single extra crystal oscillator yet. We might have to like drastically increase our crystal oscillator production. But anyway, we'll leave that for a second and we'll go figure out where we're actually going to build this puppy. So we've got a new section planned out over here of factory. Now, our blueprint for a factory corner is only 3 walls high. We might need to have a 4-wall version of that because we're about to build manufacturers on this second floor immediately. Is that a smart idea? Well, I guess it is because what else are we going to build here, right? So I've created a new blueprint. It follows the same idea that we're going to be sending the outputs up. So the output should be on the 4th, like the highest level, and the input should be on the lower levels. So we're going to put down a manufacturer. Now, I don't know what pattern I used for this now anymore. I don't remember. So it's just going to go here for now. And then we're just going to tile this second floor with manufacturers and assemblers and whatnot that we might need. So it's going to go down here. I'm going to quickly go build a blueprint to put up the walls and roofs for this section of the factory. If you're enjoying the video and you want to support Data Engineer Plays, don't forget to leave a like and hit that subscribe button. And if you have any feedback or suggestions, feel free to share them in the comment section. Factory corner V2, we'll start with this. So I need to get rid of the roof part. Pretty much we just need to elevate the roof. But should be pretty easy to extend the walls. We just need to extend everything by one. As for the foundation, we want to use the coated concrete on the edge again. And then we just fill in the rest with regular concrete. Now I feel like doing the lights with the blueprint was a horrible idea, so I'm not going to do it this time. We'll call this factory corner 4 high. It's going into the rooms and floors automatically. Nice. So we should be able to place this in blueprint mode maybe. Let's give it a go. Fantastic. Nice and easy to place on our original blueprint. There we go. And just like that, we have a factory corner. Now we'll put the entrance here. That's where the entrance is meant to be, right? Yeah, I just haven't framed it with pillars. Let's frame both of these with pillars. Just like that, we'll chuck some corners on and we have ourselves the makings of our new factory. We've got 2 levels now. So if you guys don't remember, on this first floor of the new factory, we are making aluminum and aluminum casing. So it'll probably be a good time now to start putting in some signs for this sort of stuff. Oh, look at it. It looks so nice with the lights. It's always so bright in here. I love every little addition we do to the factory, but decorating it and making everything consistent one day is going to be such a pain. So the aluminum sheets are being made here. Currently, we've only got 2 machines doing it, so we're only making 60. Nothing is using it at the moment. Check a sign on this one as well. And I think we're making quite a lot of these. We've got 4 machines clocked down to 25. Yeah, to get the input constrained. So we're making 24.96 times 4. 99.8. All right, we'll just say 100. I think the overclocking numbers are just doing bad rounding, but that's fine. We don't need to be that precise. All right, so up here, this is where we want to make our radio control units, and it is going to be using aluminum casing, so we will be using up some of those. The other 2 items we have to bring over are crystal oscillators and the computer. So we're going to go to the other side and we're going to start doing a design pattern for this. Now, unfortunately, our computers are in a super awkward position, but essentially what I want to do is before they go into storage, I want to split them. So let me figure out how I can do something like that, and we'll use computers as a test. Actually, computers are probably the worst test. What was the other material? Radio control. It was crystal oscillators. All right, I'm gonna have to drastically increase my crystal oscillator production as well, because that is not going to work, right? Let's see how much we actually need for it. We need another 1.25 crystal oscillators. That means we need another 2 machines making crystal oscillators on the other side, because each one only makes 1 per minute. Oh. Do we even have the supply to do this? We might have to increase our reinforced iron plate again and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Do we need 1 or 2 more machines is the question. Yeah, we have 0.5 excess at the moment. We need 2 more machines, I think. All right. I'm going to quickly extend this and then I'll come and talk about it when it's done. Alright, well here we go again. We are now producing 5 crystal oscillators, but we're going to need 1.25 for radio control units. So theoretically we should have 1.25 in excess. But that's not the end of the story, because we need to now increase all the supply of everything. So 2.5 iron plate becomes 12.5 iron plate. I want to make sure all of these are actually producing stuff. Yeah, they all look green to me. Who knew we would need so many crystal oscillators? So back on assembly floor number 1, we need 12.5 reinforced iron plate now, which means we're in a deficit of 0.75. Fortunately, that means we only need 1 more assembler. So let's see if we can accommodate that, because each assembler makes quite a lot, right? 5, yeah. So we'll do 2 more and we'll clock it down to 50%. Alright, I just decided to rebuild the entire array and then add on an extra 2 more because of the new design where the lifts are coming out at different levels now. But we're getting 8 now, so let me update my notes. So that's 45 production, and it should give us 10.5 left. Now I'm going to worry about the inputs a little bit. 8 times 37.5 wire is actually 300 wire, so we've got to make sure that we're actually getting 300 wire and that the wire is being carried on a Mark IV belt, because 300 is quite a lot. So I'm going to backtrace this belt now. So that's all Mark IV. That's all Mark IV. All the way up to here. That's fine. And it looks like it's all Mark IV coming up here as well. Alright, we'll just update this note. So before we were using 225, now we're using 300. And that brings us our total consumption to 420 out of 480, leaving us 60 wire remaining, which is fine because we need some excess for storage. The other part is the iron plates. So it uses up 18.75 times, we've got 8 machines now, so 150. I did times it by 8, right? 18.75 times 8, so it's using up 150 iron plate. Let's go check out our iron plate production. Wait, it's on the same level, isn't it? Yeah, I think we got enough iron plate. We haven't even updated these notes. Literally, iron plates are used for nothing besides reinforced iron plates. And we need 150. Which is perfect, giving us an extra 30 to store for building stuff. And we need it to build foundations. I think we'll always need iron plate to build foundation. So we've got to make sure we're producing enough, but we are, so we're all good there. So that's one component of the crystal oscillators down, and we got to go worry about the rest now. Quick way to travel up is to go down. Alright, our crystal oscillators. That was one of the 3 components. Next we need to worry about this. So 14 times 5 cable. Let's go have a look at cables again. I know we did this last episode. It's like deja vu. Every episode is just increasing oscillator production. 14 times 5 is 70. So that goes up to 70, which means we're deficit in cables again. That's not good, because we're already producing the maximum amount of cables we can produce. Oof. How much in deficit are we? We're in deficit of 5. Let's see if we can solve this problem. Let me think about this for a second. Because we've got to trace this back to the wires, right? At the moment, all our entire copper ingot belt is being used to produce the wires. Now, wires turn 15 into 30. We've got 2 belts. So splitting out a 480 belt of wire gives us 2 480 belts of... Sorry. Splitting out a 480 belt of ingot gives us 2 480 belts of wire. That 480 belt of wire consumed at 60 only gives us 240 cable. And that's pretty much the maximum we can produce right now. So we're just going to be under by 5 cable. And we're just, well, at the moment, automated wiring is using up 100. We're not making automated wiring. So we're not technically under at the moment. We're just going to have to live with this until we get Mark III miners. And then we can upgrade everything again. But I think we're okay at -5. The last component is quartz crystal. So let's go check that out as well. I think we're good on quartz crystal. We might need to increase it a little bit, but it should be fine. I don't anticipate it being a problem. So 18 times 5 is 90, and we're producing 90. So we've got 0 available, which is fine. I don't think we're going to use up all this quartz crystal in storage, but now we've got 5 crystal oscillator machines going. Do we finally have an excess of crystal oscillators in the box for the first time ever? I just want to see one crystal oscillator in this box. No, it hates me. Crystal oscillators, like, is my maths wrong or like what's going on? I swear there's like a bug in the system. It's not my maths. There should definitely be an excess of crystal oscillators. So they're being used for computers at the moment only, literally, right? And only 2.5 are being used for computers. Unless I've done my maths incredibly wrong, or these things aren't producing continuously or aren't being shipped out or something weird is happening. But at the moment, it looks okay. Let's just watch one as it comes out. One of these is bound to come out. I want to see where it goes. This is all part of the Satisfactory process, guys. Pretty much just tracing code bugs. There's nothing wrong with my maths, right? I've got 5 machines producing 1 per minute each. So therefore, we should be getting 5 per minute. Here they come. Where'd they go? Have they gone already? Alright, I'm gonna assume they already left. They're gonna go here, go down this belt, then go into this wall. These are our computer manufacturers. They take 0.8 crystal oscillators per minute. Why did I add 2 more? Oh, I got 3 total, right? So 3 times 1.66. Wait, what? Oh, I've done my maths wrong, haven't I? A fully clocked machine produces 1.666 times 3. So we're using up all 5. That's why we're getting no excess. Oh man, does that mean we need even more? Because these two are clocked at 50%. I multiplied it by the wrong number. Damn it. 15 circuit boards is correct, but this is wrong. In fact, these two aren't even getting their machines at the moment. Wait, why are they idle? Because computers are fully backed up. So then crystal oscillators should be backing up. 100 there, 92 there. They're slowly fully backing up. Let's have a look at the belt. There should be crystal oscillators coming in the belt. Yeah, I guess they'll slowly back up when they're fully full, right? Oh man, that's disgusting. So we're just not going to be producing things at maximum throughput. Because I can't increase the crystal oscillators machines anymore because I don't have enough cable at the moment. So we're just going to have to live with it, I guess. Alright, that's fine. We'll just live with it. Which means the way we're going to tackle this problem is just handicapping production, basically. So over here where they're being produced, I'm guessing I'm smart splitting it somewhere. Where am I smart splitting it to go into storage? This one. So at the moment we're doing overflow. We're going to switch this to any. So half the crystal oscillators now go into storage. And we're just going to have to live with however many it decides to produce. Because we can't supply everything required for it at the moment. I mean, we can. Kind of. We can kind of add more if we want to. Or do I want to add more? Alright, let's just add a couple more. Because you can see the belts that are supplying this are indeed backed up. So we are okay for everything. So let's just add 2 more then. I think is a good number. Alright, let me quickly do that. Oh my god, this is getting crazy. I need the alternative recipe for crystal oscillators. I've got 1 manufacturer making every single component. And I'm going to have 7 manufacturers making crystal oscillator. Alright, I'm going to add 2 more. I'm going to update all the numbers flowing backwards. And then we'll go from there. Alright, with that, I've added another 2 crystal oscillator manufacturers. So now we're making 7 per minute, which should oversupply what we need. The only thing that's undersupplied is cable. We're okay at the moment because cable is being used for ACUs and ACUs aren't being produced at the moment. So hopefully by the time we get there, we'll have Mark III miners and can resolve the issue. We had to fix all the downstream impacts like the reinforced iron plates and stuff like that, because they weren't being produced enough for the excess. So, well, actually reinforced iron plates was fine, but we have barely any excess anymore. What we did have to add was the quartz. So we doubled up our quartz production now. We've got 8 constructors making quartz. We had to go to the mines over there to double the miner to Mark IV levels at 480. Now that 480 belt is coming through here, and we've got twice as many raw quartz constructors. Sorry, the quartz crystal constructors. So we're now producing 180 and 90 are being used for crystal oscillators. So theoretically, there should be 7 per minute coming out for a while. And indeed, finally, I'm seeing some in the storage box, which is a big win because I haven't seen any in this storage box, and we need them in the storage box because our next step is to peel it off before it goes into storage somewhere over here and then send them off to the other side for further production. And we're going to follow that pattern for a lot of things. So let me go and figure out how we're going to do that. So for this particular exercise, we just need to bring the crystal oscillators and computers over, but I'm sure all those new components that we're going to be making in future, we're going to have to bring over. So we're going to establish a design pattern to do that. Since our storage boxes are here, before they go into storage, we want to smart split them and bring them downstairs. So let me fill in this floor again and then figure out how I might be able to do something like that. Well, we're kind of already doing it for the copper, but let's figure out a more sustainable and permanent solution. So I'm thinking, let's get rid of this first. I'm thinking we put in a smart splitter. Oh, this copper one is sort of already in my way. See, it's not very tileable if I do this here. because I need the space to get them through. It needs to come in one direction, go into a box, and go out another direction. And doing it like this is kind of horrible. I mean, it's not too bad. Is it? Kind of looks connected. A little bit messy. Is there a better way we can do this? Can we put the splitter up the top? But then we'll have multiple lifts coming down. It'll all be the same mess, I think. I think this is okay. And now put a conveyor hole here. It's not really necessary. You can just get it going down. But I guess we'll put a conveyor hole. And then we want to go in that way. Then we want to belt the excess into here. So the straight belt is overflow and the left one is a split. So the left one is the priority because it's going to go for production, and the middle one is overflow. So with that smart splitter configuration, we should be able to now feed a belt underneath the floor. We've got to figure out a clever way to get underneath the floor. Maybe over here somewhere, a bit out of the way. Get down into the subfloor, and we need to probably lay out this subfloor properly. I'm thinking we just do the proper subfloor aligned with this level. Doesn't that make a lot of sense? Because like, why would we make this temporary subfloor when we have a real subfloor right here? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We can build the actual subfloor because it's going to be used for everything now. And we can clean up this like mid-weird subfloor that we made. And we can use a combination, like we can use this entire 2-level subfloor to do all our future belt routing for things that need to go clear across the factory, I think. Now, I'd love a way to actually get into the subfloor properly, like a proper entrance to the subfloor at some point. We'll have to figure that out at some point, but for now, we'll just use this hole. So where do we want the conveyor lift to go? Where did we set that smart splitter up? It's over here. So we should see a conveyor hole somewhere. Where? I'm very confused. Ah, here. Because the copper is going that way. Oh my god. It's already terrible, and I've just started. But basically, we want to run a cable all the way across. A belt, sorry. All the way across here. And yes, everything's going to crisscross and whatnot, but we're not going to worry about that too much. And that should deliver... Yep, control units over. The oscillating whatever majiggies. I already forgotten what they're called. Oh man, there's so many trees in the way. Damn you, nature. Always getting in my way. But let's build the subfloor all the way out to the new factory. Then figure out where the factory actually starts. It's like one of these. Nope, that's part of the actual factory. But basically, it's going to start over here somewhere. So this is the row for the actual factory. Okay, the copper denotes that. So here. I'm going to put a railing up to tell myself that's the end of the factory. Can get rid of this because it's confusing us. Alright, now we need to bring it up over there somewhere. So let's figure that out. These trees are definitely not very helpful at the moment. Not that trees have ever been helpful. Actually, I shouldn't say that. They were pretty helpful at the start of the game, right? Without their biomass, we would have got this factory to its current state. So I guess we can clip it across this way, maybe? Or we should keep it reasonably clean, right? So let's utilize the right parts of the floor. I think it's here for the turn. I need more subfloor. I'll do my best to keep it clean, but no promises. I can't even tell which is the correct edge on an asphalt foundation. I believe it's like this, right? It's one tile in. Because it's like 1, 2... I guess it doesn't matter. We'll just use the edge. Where is the edge of a foundation? I don't even know where it is. And then we're pretty much here. So let's get rid of some more of this poorly designed subfloor that some terrible engineer did. That now I have to fix. Damn you, past Alan. Why do you do this stuff to me? Alright, cool. So now we've got the oscillators almost where we want them. We can figure out where we want to route them in. So there's going to be... Oh, this is a manufacturer, isn't it? 3 inputs. Let's route in the aluminum casing first to figure out what that might look like. So it's going to come up there. So we might as well use the second level for it, I guess, is as good as any. So here's the configuration I decided to go with. We're bringing in the aluminum casing. We already had pre-split it, clever us, down here using a smart splitter, partly to go into storage and another belt out. So I just followed that belt up. And that's going out on the second floor. So that's just going in there. So we'll just do the other two inputs on the third floor out this conveyor wall. So now we have our exit point. We can bring it down. With that, we can now bring in the stuff. And now stuff is going to crisscross, but so be it. I mean, we can drop it a level if we want to. But do we care that much? Let's have a look. Because there's going to be other stuff above it, right? Like later, I don't know. If we really wanted to be clean, we can drop it down to this level. Then we can bring it down like this. Is it worth the effort? I don't know. You guys tell me. So the other component that we need to bring over is computers. So we'll try to follow a similar pattern. I mean, I say we follow a similar pattern, but our computers aren't even stored in a box on ground level. So I'm going to do my best here. Our computer box is here. I believe this is where it needs to go. So that's where the smart splitter goes. We'll change the lift. And we'll change this belt. I've done this on a completely random level as well to avoid clipping with this thing. That's all straight. Alright, computers go in. They go into this smart splitter. The straight belt is the overflow. And we'll keep the pattern of going down the right hand side. Oh, the left hand side, sorry. And everything is clipping into everything now, so I don't know what to do about that. We might need to alter this design ultimately one day, but we'll see. So with a conveyor wall hole, does that mean I can change the direction downstairs separately to the upstairs part? Is that what it does? Need more subfloor. So where is it? It's over here somewhere. Is it this thing? Oh, fell down. Okay, it's one of these holes. Why is there two holes? What is this hole for? Weird. I'm assuming it's this one in the back because it's in line with the splitter. So if I bring this down now, in theory, I should be able to bring it down onto the ground floor and then run a belt. And that should be computers. Yes, it is. And I can run a straight belt all the way over. Okay. What? Why is this subfloor and this subfloor not aligned? It's off by one tile. Hold on, I need to fix this. Oh, it scared me. I thought it was some fundamental mistake with my blueprinting, but it was just off by one tile because I wasn't in blueprint mode. But that should be perfect, yeah. Oh man, that would have been annoying to fix, but yeah, it's all good. So we'll use the bottom level in this case, and then we'll just go. We're just gonna have to belt these however which way they go, and then we'll figure it out later, I guess. I would say we'll figure it out later. We're never gonna figure any of this out later. It's always gonna be a hidden mess under the floor. You already know it. I know it. You know it. Let's not kid ourselves. And just like that, computers are in, oscillators are in, and does that mean we are making our very first radio control units? Oh my god. I just flew through this hole somehow. What? Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I see oscillators. I see computers. Yup. Everything is all good. We just need to give it power now. Standard wall power design. Now, where's power being run into this factory? It's being run in from this side. So we'll do this power up from here to this floor, which is about here. And we'll get that connected. Yeah, I went through the wall hole again. Amazing. You can fly through the wall hole somehow. And fantastic. We are making our very first radio control units, which we don't know what they're being used for, but they do need to be smart split into a box. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh man, this is a lot of splitters I need to build to get up there. But I think this is the line. think that top one is the right one. So we'll chuck a smart splitter on the top one, and we'll get rid of the rest. That should line up with that nicely, and then we should be able to get it out a wall hole this way and this way. Give that a nice finish. Oh, we don't want to use the middle level for stuff, do we? Yeah. I just realized because this middle level are probably going to be like openings and stuff, so we want to try to avoid it where we can. We're not always going to be able to avoid it, so let's try it just using this one then. I want to figure out a way to get them out the same wall hole, like one here and then like one here. That's actually a lot better. Fantastic. So one of them is going to be a belt and one of them is going to be overflow. I guess have a look outside. Doesn't really matter, honestly. We'll just make this one overflow. So the one on the left. Going in this way, right? The left output is going to be overflow, middle is going to be any, and then radio control units should slowly start piling up into a box. Then we can use them. Well, we'll have to wait for these ones to fill up and then it'll pile up into a box. Oh, right. Straight down into the thing. Alright, never mind. We've changed our minds. Immediate issues. So this one's going to be the overflow. So the straight one is going to be overflow. And then that's going to be any. And that one can travel upwards because that lane is already being used for aluminum to travel downwards. So that can go upwards for further processing. Down you go. And out. Whoa, not again. Not my truck. Really, truck? What are you doing to me? I made you. Don't run me over. Okay, we can shove this down here. Built my thing backwards, haven't I? And off we go. That's another component down, and we've got our first radio control units in here. Fantastic. We built 6 already. We need to get about 50 to unlock drones. Drones might be helpful with random stuff. I don't know. We'll figure out how they work. But yeah, we're working our way slowly through tier 7 and 8. Tier 7's nearly complete. We can go unlock this thing. This thing doesn't look very hard to unlock. We just need some casing, some wire, and go makes 50 gas filters. The gas filter requires fabric, coal, and iron plate. So I'm just going to go grab the fabric. We have fabric set up over at Nymeria. I was even smart enough to store the fabric into a box, I think. Just in case we needed a lot of them one day. Well, I've got a bunch of stuff, so I need to... Wait, let me see if I can empty my inventory, and then I'll bring back more fabric. Then I can keep the fabric at base in case I need to make gas filters for the hazmat suit. We do have a sink over here, so we can use that. Alright, take the whole box of fabric, and we'll head back. You know what would be a fantastic use for dimensional storage? The fabric that's all the way over there. I can put it into dimensional storage, and when I need fabric, I can just pull it out of dimensional storage. That would be what a clever engineer does. But unfortunately, I'm not that, so I just manually brought it over. And we're going to take some of that fabric, and we're going to make hazmat suits. Gas filters, which will unlock the hazmat suit. So I need 100 fabric, 200 coal, and... Wait. 4 times 50, 200 coal and 100 steel plates, iron plates. Coal is definitely not something that's in my dimensional storage. Alright, let's make all our gas filters. I'll make all of them. Then we will grab our quick wire, and we can grab our, or we'll have to manually grab our casing, and we'll go unlock that.
Milestone reached. The hazmat suit protects the wearer from radiation by consuming iodine-infused filters. You may find this protection essential if you are going to finally get around to saving humanity. I previously gave you compliments in an attempt to inspire you, but it might have given you the wrong idea. I will definitely be totally honest with you from this moment on. Here is a demonstration of a truthful compliment. That suit looks like it was made for you. Because it was.
A fantastic compliment, Ada. Thank you for being truthful. Let's try to make this hazmat suit, but it's not very useful without the iodine filter, which... What is required to make that? Nothing too complicated. You just need the normal filter plus some quick wire plus some aluminum. Okay, that's not too difficult. We should probably automate this at some point in our lives, but for now it's okay. We will use this iodine filter next episode when we deal with nuclear power. But for now, let's just make the suit itself. It just requires 50 fabric and one more of these aluminum things. Bring some extra casing with me as well. All right, let's make our hazmat suit. Fantastic. Now we can make our filter. That's our last equipment. We've got everything equipped. Amazing. We'll make some filters and we should now be immune to radiation. I don't know how fast it burns through filters, but we'll find out, I guess. Well, we might as well just make the rest of the gas filters and then we'll make them all into iodine infused filters, and then we can, well, I'm not going to go seek radiation, but we'll just keep them in our inventory. So I wonder if the iodine infused filters also work as a regular filter as well for the gassy stuff. I'm sure it does, right? All right, we've got 40 iodine infused filters and we've got a hazmat suit on, so we are all sorted. We finished tier 7, amazing. So we've just got tier 8 to do. And once we have our 50 radio control units, we'll be able to do this milestone. And then we're on to advanced, oh, everything requires radio control units. Yeah, we can get advanced aluminium production. Then once we've unlocked that, we need to figure out this fused modular frames, which will unlock the next stuff. This is where things become really interesting because we need to make this Mark III miner, which I'm assuming is going to need turbo motors, which I'm assuming is going to be very difficult to make. But it all starts with these radio control units, so we're going to have to wait for a while for them to stockpile because they're not the fastest thing to make in the world. Yeah, I've only got 17. Have we stopped production? I feel like we should have more than 17. Nope, they are working as hard as they can work. So yeah. Since we have a bit of time while we're waiting for our radio control unit, I thought I might just do some exploring around. We've got our uranium. Oh my god, look at this thing. This thing is insane looking. It's like a... Hello? It's like a radioactive ball. Thank God for our radiation suit. Well, at least it dies easily. Oh, we need some silica. We got that. We'll grab this hard drive. We've also just been running around hunting summer sloop. There was one around here that I was tracking. I'm not sure where it's gone. Well, I think it's directly below where we were. But I found this Mercer sphere, so we'll grab that. Ah, found it. It was inside the cave system, inside all this radiation, but thank God we have our hazmat suit and our iodine masks, so we can grab these ones reasonably easily now. Get out of here. Head towards the beach. I'm sure there's some summer sloop we missed out that way. I think there's one underneath this suspiciously breakable rock, but there's still things attacking me. Wow, so many things. Blow that rock up. Yeah, it's definitely in here. I can see its wisp. Wow, it really doesn't want to come out, does it? There you go. Give me that summer sloop. Back, our next one is on the next island up this giant rock. So let me figure out a way to ascend. Surely nothing dangerous lives atop this rock. And there's our prize summer sloop up on this, wow, crammed in between these two rocks. Follow the path back inland, and I think there's another one under this suspiciously breakable rock. There we go. Another hard drive wreck up there, so we're gonna go for that one. We might just start building some MAMs and researching the hard drives as we grab them, right? That looks dangerous. I see spiders. Alright, it's not got any requirements. It's a free hard drive. It was just hard to get up here, that was all. Now I ran out of bullets, so I decided to run my way back, and I see another hard drive wreck over here. I don't have any bullets, so we've got to be quick here. Where's the wreck? Where's the drop pod? It's over here. It's being guarded by this thing. It's free. Alright, let's grab it. Quick. And let's get out of here before that thing shoots us. Head back to base. Alright, I got some more ammo from base. Let's bank our goodies and go out hunting some more. I like to bank the goodies just in case we die. We also picked up these cooling systems. Not sure if they're going to come in handy. I might actually keep them on me in case I need one to unlock a hard drive somewhere. We'll head north up into the pink forest and we'll go explore northwards over here somewhere now. But before we go, our hard drive scan is complete, so let's see what goodies we have. We have an insulated cable. Here we go. If we add some rubber to the copper, we can get a lot more cable in an assembler. Oh, I don't know if I like that. An alternative to heavy modular frames using rubber. Interesting. We might get this because we might need this, given that like usually I find the alternative recipes are always a bit better than the normal recipes, and given that we're going to need to make a new modular frame soon, we're going to need this. Making an assembler setup to make cables at the moment is a little bit difficult, but I think it's also pretty vital as well. So that was a hard choice, but we'll scan another hard drive and then we'll go head out and explore northwards into the pink forest and try to get some more summer sloop and stuff. In the meantime, how's our radio control units going? Not many have been made and we need quite a few, so why don't we take some of our existing summer sloop and pump that into our machine. We've picked up 5 so far, so we should be able to slot 3 of them into this machine up here, or 4 of them, double the output of this thing for free. It'll use a lot of power, but we have power, so we're not afraid of that. Put away our other one, and then off we go. Now, up at my pink forest, one of my viewers said I missed the sandball that's literally perched right above there. How foolish of me. But we should be able to grab this thing now after we kill the radioactive hogs over there. Now that we have a suit, we should be all good. There's 2 radioactive hogs. I think one is dead. Kill the other. I'm trying not to get too much damage because I still don't have a very sustainable way of making those inhalers. They take a lot of beryl nuts at the moment, and that just involves me running around looking for beryl nuts. Seems like a gigantic waste of my time. Anyway, those 2 are dead. Let's go into the radiation infested death, open this drop pod, and that needs 10 turbo motors. Alright, fair enough. I don't know how to make turbo motors yet, so we'll leave that one alone. That was a gigantic waste of time and bullets. Now I've got a line on a summer sloop somewhere around here. Probably around death as it usually is. Down here in a cave somewhere. Where is it? Is this a breakable rock? It's hidden. It's like directly below me. Is this a breakable rock, you reckon? Could have bought more nobelisks. I don't think that was a breakable rock. Maybe there's a cave system I can get into somehow from below. Ah, here we go. The cave. Hopefully there's no spiders guarding this one, but that one is free. Got another line on summer sloop over this direction. There is death and a purple thing over here though. More death. Oh god. What's going on? Alright, so the radioactive suit, it does not protect against regular death. Interesting. So it protects against radiation, but it doesn't protect against the regular poison. So we learnt that the hard way. Let's try to grab this without dying. Now where's that summer sloop? It is over this way. Probably perched atop this giant rock. What's the bet there's death up there? Why am I even asking? There's death everywhere. I can already hear the death. There we go. Got that one dead. And we'll grab ourselves a summer sloop prize. We're just starting to break ground on new map now up north. So we'll keep going this way. There should be some summer sloop around here. Got a lead on something, not sure what it is or where it is. Not seeing any obvious locations for a summer sloop. Oh, it's just sitting here in the middle of the forest. No doubt guarded by something that's about to come kill me. Run away. Alright. Is there any death around here? If not, my mam is done. Let's go pick a recipe. I should have kept all my hard drives on me. That's alright. I'm sure we'll find more. Floppy alumina. That just sounds wrong. Isn't that just better than what my current recipe is? Otherwise I get insulated cable again. Bauxite and water makes alumina. Okay. Does that eliminate coal from the recipe? So that was the old one. Bauxite and water. This one is bauxite and water. Ah, it makes the alumina without the silica byproduct. Okay, that could be handy because for our sulfuric acid recipe or battery recipe, we need silica and we don't want to have this. So if we use less bauxite, less water, we make the same amount of alumina without the silica byproduct. Handy. Alright, my object scanner is buzzing once again. Oh, there's some slugs here. We'll take it. If they're free. Oh, they're not free. There was a guy looking at me. Run. I'm trying not to fight because fighting is not really that beneficial. Let's try to grab this before all the poison comes out. Gotta be quick. Ninja it and run. Run, run, run before poison kills me. Wow, look at that. There's a whole world beyond the pink forest. But I think this is the north edge of the map I'm looking at. Alright, got another line on Summer Sloop. Let's go check it out. It's probably in the suspiciously breakable rocks. Oh man, I'm really running out of nobelisks now. Oh no, I got jebaited. It was just a power slug. Probably should have honed in on it before I did that. We'll grab as many barrel nuts as we can. This place looks really deep. How do I get through this? I got my chainsaw that has no bloody fuel. Wait, you can use... I had no biofuel yet. It'll let me chainsaw. Alright, sure. I'll take it. But the Summer Sloop is somewhere. Hopefully not within that green death. I don't think I have enough stuff to clear it at the moment. It's inside this dense forest. Is there death inside this dense forest, or is it just the Summer Sloop? Ah, there you are. Grab it quickly. Grab some more barrel nuts. Every 10 barrel nuts is 1 inhaler. A free Mercer Sphere, I'll take that as well. We need Mercer Spheres. Got another line on Summer Sloop this way. Radiation. It's alright, we're not scared of radiation. We are scared of this giant dude though. Looks like it's stuck behind the Summer Sloop. Well, if it's not going to guard the Summer Sloop, then we're going to go grab it. No point fighting if we don't have to. Since I have a couple of spare Summer Sloop, let's go find out what happens if you put more into this machine. Seems to be fine at the moment. It's just generating extra 800 and whatever megawatts. But what happened? Like, why does it have an input? It doesn't explain. It's so curious. So if we hook up a storage container and just put like 1 Summer Sloop in, let's see what happens. Oh, it goes in. And then what happens? It ate my Summer Sloop. It ate my Summer Sloop and gave me nothing in return. What happens if we give it all our Summer Sloop? Nope. It's actually not going in or doing anything. If I dismantle this, does it give me back all my Summer Sloop? Yeah, 7. Okay. Well, it's not Summer Sloop that we put in there. Is there any clue as to what we put into this thing? I mean, it's yellow, whatever that means. What does it want from me? Nothing in my inventory seems to want to take. Go check the mam tree for more info. There was one more thing here. What is this thing? Alien Power Matrix. Ah, here we go. You probably have to put this thing in there, and it costs 100 power shards. Jeez, we need to keep collecting those snails. But also 50 of whatever this is. Singularity Cell. Used to break down space-time. Required to power portals. Whoa, okay. This is all tech that we don't have yet. Alright, never mind. To cap off this episode, let us instead take our 7 Mercer Spheres and do some more work with it. Now, I feel like we need to start storing the stuff that's coming out of here, because at the moment we're just sending it up, which is kind of okay, but also at the same time, we kind of want to store it into a thing. So let me use the second output of this and bring rubber and plastic down so we don't have to carry it around anymore. Right, the design is complete and it looks super whack. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it out, bring it down the lift across the ceiling over here, and the first thing that it's going to do is go into a storage container. One of my viewers pointed out that when a train comes in and it starts loading and unloading its cargo, it disables the entire freight platform and freight no longer travels, which puts a break in the actual usage, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to immediately take anything in the platform out and route it into a storage container. So there's always a buffer in the storage container. Don't worry, there's no plastic at the moment. We'll use rubber as an example. So there's always buffer in the storage container itself. Then when there is a buffer in the storage container, it's going into a splitter, which is going to split some of it into dimensional upload so that we have it available in cloud. Then the other part of the splitter will take the material back out and back onto the main belt for consumption. So this should fix any sort of gaps in the transmission of these materials and allow it to be in dimensional storage at the same time. So it is a little bit whack. I'm going to go into my plastic area and troubleshoot why there's not enough plastic now. Oh yeah, this is what I mean. As it's loading and unloading, the supply of it actually stopped if it were being drained, but it's not at the moment. But well, anyway, the plastic's coming in now, and it's only picked up like 400 plastics. So there's obviously something wrong with my plastic production. I'm going to go check it out. Oh my god, silly me, I did not put the plastic connecting this belt and this belt together. So none of these 5 machines were actually working. But hopefully that'll get all that going through and we're getting a proper belt of plastic now. Silly mistakes. Why is there a thing coming through here? Alright, we've fixed all that. Now hopefully that will get plastic production going smoothly again, not a major issue. Since we have a couple of Mercer spheres, let's fix up this part with the computers. So we want to get dimensional storage on this computer system as well. So it's going to be a bit tricky. I'm going to put 2 storage boxes here, move this up one, and then put a dimensional storage on top. We're going to see what that looks like. All right, it's done. I had to redo the whole storage system, but basically now we've got silica and quartz crystal inside dimensional storage. As for the computers, I couldn't put it on top for some reason. It wouldn't let me stagger put on top of these dimensional depots, so I just put it out to the left. I had to do some weird stuff with the bringing of the belt into the storage, but yeah, and I had to redo the smart splitter and the underneath to get to the other side. But now we've got our computers in here and they're also being pumped into dimensional storage as well, directly up here. So now we've got another 3 items in there. We don't need to carry them around on us. You shove these computers back into the box. With our last 2 pieces of Mercer sphere at the moment, it only makes sense to do our 2 new aluminum products. So we're going to do this one and this one with the aluminum casing and the aluminum plate. That's a little bit too far out. 1 tile out. Up you go. Up you go. And straight into dimensional storage for upload. Easy peasy. Got a full box of this. And we got a full box of this, and in all that time we've been kerfuffling about, we've got so many radio control units that I can now take some and go unlock some more things. Do aeronautical engineering, then we can play with some drones next episode. Off you go.
Milestone reached. Drones provide automated low-capacity aerial transport between drone stations. Stations need to be supplied with any kind of fuel for the drones to function. Fixit had several restrictions in place prohibiting creative use of drones. I have since removed those because I think no pioneer would ever misuse Fixit property right under their noses. Especially since everything is recorded.
Well, drones sound very interesting. They require fuel instead of electricity. Okay, so they're not electric drones. Weird. So next up on our list is advanced aluminum production. That just needs more radio control units, leading edge production, which is our minor Mark III, which is what we really want, which means we need to start getting this fuse modular frame going. And finally, particle enrichment. We can go, we can't go straight for that. We need leading edge production to get the turbo motors to unlock that. And we need fuse modular frames. So we've got a clear path forward. We need this stuff going. We need to put back some of these radio control units that we're not using because they are quite precious and slow to make. Don't want to accidentally destroy those. Can take a quick look at what the drone stations look like. I'm guessing they're under transport. Drone port. We'll have to build our own drones. Each one requires a radio control unit. Transport available input back and forth between its home port and destination port. Drone status and other details can be viewed at the drone port home. Must be built on a drone port. Has 9 inventory slots. Can use fuel of any type. What? Is it literally just one drone on top of a port? Is this not a transportation system? And the drone port is way more massive than I thought it would be. This thing is huge. So there's a station here. The station needs power and fuel. And then it can store a tiny amount of items. And then it can send out a tiny amount of items. Oh, okay. So is this not meant for mass transport, is it? Is it just meant for like transporting between this side of the factory to this side of the factory? That's kind of lame. Well, we'll explore that next episode. Put a drone on there. Is it literally just one drone? It requires a mining robot part. What? What is the use case for these drones? What do I do with them? Alright, we'll figure that out next episode, but we have drone ports now available to us. We will understand how they work and then what use case to apply them to, and then maybe it can help us with some of our factory logistics. Maybe we don't need to bring everything through the subfloor, maybe we can get drones to fly them overhead. Who knows? We'll figure it out as usual, and then we will continue our factory development. We need to wait 5 minutes, and then we should be able to unlock this new thing. And we can figure out how to get these, whatever these resource well extractors and things do. And then we gotta start working with nitrogen. We're gonna make heat sinks, cooling systems, and fused modular frames. Alright, lots of fun coming up. We were gonna do nuclear power, but one of my viewers suggested to me not to at the moment, and I had a guess as to why. Generally, without any pre-knowledge of how this system works, you can generally guess that nuclear power creates nuclear waste, and I'm assuming there's no way for us to just sink or destroy that nuclear waste. So if we start using this power, all our nuclear waste is either going to get backed up or stored in a big box somewhere, and it's going to be a pain to deal with later. What I sort of guessed was that in this particle enrichment section, we can make this nuclear pasta, which we need to send up to the space station, which I'm going to guess converts the nuclear waste into something for the space station or the project assembly phase 4. And once it becomes nuclear pasta, then maybe we can destroy it. But that's a problem for future, Alan. So if you've enjoyed the series, leave a like and sub, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.